As you heard in the film, the Tomodachi Initiative grew out of support after the Great East Japan earthquake in March 2011. Recognizing the worrying reduction in student flows between the United States and Japan over the last decade, and encouraged by local leaders in the region, the U.S. set out to do what it could to reinvigorate youth educational exchange to create stronger ties between our two countries. This vision, as laid out by then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in this very conference 2 years ago, was to create, quote, a Tomodachi generation deeply committed to the future of this relationship. I am proud to say, now 2 years later, we are well on our way to doing so. Participant by participant, program by program, we are inspiring and empowering the next generation of leaders for this bilateral relationship. We're inspiring people like Haruna Shiraiwa, a high school student from Iwaki, who developed the concept of a Tomodachi travel agency as her final project on a Tomodachi program at UC Berkeley in 2012. She since founded the Tomatra Travel Agency to generate tourism to her home city of Iwaki, Fukushima Prefecture. So far, she and her 14 friends, also participants on the Tomodachi exchange program, have run 3 bus tours from Tokyo to Iwaki, bringing over 100 new tourists to their hometown to support local businesses. 4 more bus tours are planned for this fall. Thousands more stories like this exist. To date, over 10,400 people have participated on Tomodachi programs and events, and we have many new programs in the pipeline, extending as far out as 2020, the year of the Tokyo Olympics. While Tomodachi was born from the desire to help young people in the Tohoku region, it has evolved to energize and expand youth exchanges across Japan and across the United States, as you can see in these maps. This year, just over half of our participants hailed from the Tohoku region, with another 22% from elsewhere in Japan and the remaining 22% from the United States. So who is this Tomodachi generation? The Tomodachi generation is young. The bulk, 42%, are high school students. Another 30% are university students, 17% are elementary and middle school students, and 10% are young professionals. Many of this Tomodachi generation from various programs are here in the audience today, so I hope you have an opportunity to get to know some of them. Interestingly, the Tomodachi generation is also mostly female, and we believe that the arrival of Ambassador nominee Caroline Kennedy will be a great source of inspiration for these young women. In addition to touching the lives of many thousand participants through our programs, the Tomodachi Initiative has also become an inspiring and empowering brand that has attracted over 60 corporate donors and counting, comprised of many of the largest and most successful American and Japanese companies. You can see the list here on the screen, and many of these companies are here today, so we thank you for your support. The Tomodachi brand has also helped to generate many creative partnerships. This year alone, we've seen the launch of the Tomodachi burgers at Wendy's stores across Japan. Barbecue flavor, I might add. Tomodachi donation boxes now stand in over 11,000 Lawson's stores across Japan and in the 10,000 Family Mart stores across Japan. And now even Tomodachi branded 777 and 787 airplanes exist with ANA, just to mention a few examples. The scale and the nature of this partnership represents a path-breaking paradigm for the US government and Japan as well. When Secretary of State John Kerry met with Tomodachi students during his first trip to Japan in April, he called the students inspiring, and he hailed the Tomodachi Initiative as, quote, a groundbreaking public-private partnership. Our programs fall in 3 broad categories: educational programs, cultural programs in sports, music, and arts, and finally, leadership and entrepreneurship. This year alone, we ran 44 individual programs. In each of these categories, we work with strategic partner companies, that is, these companies that have given $1 million or more, to creatively design innovative programs that invest in young Japanese and Americans that are customized to companies' corporate social responsibility interests. For example, two-way exchanges for high school students were important to Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, so we created the TOMODACHI MUFG exchange program, partnering young people from Miyagi with counterparts in Southern California. Similarly, our program with SoftBank was designed based on the experience of founder and CEO Masayoshi Son, who had a life-changing experience studying at the University of California, Berkeley at 17 years old. Out of this vision, over the past 2 years, we've now had 400 participants on the TOMODACHI SoftBank program at UC Berkeley. Our program with Coca-Cola, which has doubled in size following a very successful first year, brought students to the Coke headquarters in Atlanta this year. With Uniqlo, we've set up scholarships at Stanford Business School, Fashion Institute of Technology, and Parsons, the New School for Design, to support up-and-coming fashion and business leaders in Japan. Cultural programs supported by our Fund for Exchanges, made possible by Toyota Motor Corporation, Mitsubishi Corporation, and Hitachi Limited, allow us to partner with many smaller nonprofit organizations, such as Japan-America societies around the United States, to run grassroots exchanges that never would have been possible otherwise. Under this Fund for Exchanges umbrella, we've also supported American-style sports camps, musical theater workshops, and sent a group of young jazz musicians from Tohoku to New Orleans. Finally, we're increasingly focused on leadership and entrepreneurship programs, with 45% of our 2013 programs falling into this category. We're running two-way exchanges for young leaders in local governments and businesses in smaller cities around Japan and the United States with Mitsui & Company. We're running a program for next-generation pediatric cancer doctors with AFLAC. And we've initiated a 3-year program focused on nonprofit capacity building in Japan with JP Morgan. Finally, we're running a women's leadership program in Tokyo to provide young Japanese women access to female mentors who've studied or worked in the United States. We are proud to say that this program will soon be rolled out to locations across Japan. And I also look forward to the opportunity to discussing with you all, some of you tomorrow, about ways of USJC members might be able to further engage in these programs. These programs are life-changing for many of the participants. But we don't want the experience to stop at a one-off trip. We hope to cultivate a broader interest in study abroad and connections between Japan and the United States by leveraging social media and new technologies to help participants stay connected with one another and with their experience in the United States. Takeda Pharmaceuticals was the first company to help us with funding to get the infrastructure for Tomodachi off the ground. We have since started to offer support and follow-on programs for key alumni leaders, and we're really excited about the support announced this morning from Prudential Financial to help us with that effort even more. So where are we going from here? Tomodachi has made a tremendous impact during its short time in existence and has helped to bring attention and funding to a critical issue for our two countries. Though begun as a mechanism to support those in need in the aftermath of a crisis, Tomodachi has made a real and lasting impact, and I'm proud to say it's here to stay. With programs already solidified and funded for the coming 7 years, Tomodachi will continue to generate new and creative partnerships, create innovative programs to develop the next generation of leaders, cultivate a growing community of alumni, and inspire and empower fresh new voices for the US-Japan relationship. Thank you so much for your support.